kids to go to school. That's what's happening in Camden, New Jersey, near Philadelphia, where students score $100 if they don't skip class for the first 3 weeks of the school year. But is bribing kids to go to school really a good idea? Here with both sides are Bob Bowdon, a New Jersey-based director of the film about our education system, The Cartel it's called, and civil attorney Angel Reyes. Great to have you guys here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bob, we're going to start with you. The acronym here is ICE-T. The program is called I Can End Truancy, ICE-T. Is it a good idea?
If you were to get out a sheet of paper and write on the top of that, treat the symptom and not the root cause of a problem, you could come up with no better plan to embody that than this, essentially paying kids money, not all the kids for attending school, the kids who are already either not showing up at all or skipping school quite a bit. So the good kids get no money. If you're already skipping school, then you get paid to be there.
It's $100. There are 66 students that have been picked out. And these are students who've gotten into some trouble in the past and haven't shown up to school. We're talking about $6,600 basically dollars in grant money. Angel, you think this is a good idea?
Look, sometimes when you've got an illness or a headache, you go ahead and treat those symptoms with aspirin. And in this case, I give all the credit in the world to the city of Camden, New Jersey. They had a problem. They had a local problem with high levels of truancy. They discovered it. They thought about it. They've done everything they can. By a twist of fate and some federal funding, they get an opportunity to incentivize some kids to stay in school and reduce their truancy rate. And they're I think, doing an interesting, creative approach to a real problem that they found locally.
Bob?
Federal funding that, by the way, if it's federal, but the funding disappears September 30th, meaning it has to all be spent quickly, otherwise they don't have a chance of getting it again. And moreover, this changes the whole social contract of what going to school is. I think once children realize that just for physically being there, they get handed a check, I mean, you've got to ask yourself, how much work or hard work are you going to get kids to do when they're essentially now just paid for sitting there? It seems like it changes the meaning of what it is. And you know, let's face it, the real way to reform education is not by paying kids to sit there. Then they could, what, fall asleep and doze and know they'll get the money anyway? The real way is to create schools that appeal to the kinds of educations the kids want. In other words, school choice will allow different kinds of schools to form, and that will reform education much faster than paying kids for physically sitting there.
Angel, I want to go back to something that you said about incentivizing. You know, I'm going to go back to